My personal relationship with life goes back to when it was made in '79, and one could immediately tell it was a masterpiece. It was from the first rehearsal on already in the air, and like with many of Hans van Manens' works that we are still doing today, this is the case. As you are a dancer, you feel you're part of something big. After 41 years of its world premiere of Live, it is still such a successful piece because the concept actually is still applicable for today. It's so special that in that time Hans thought of this because it never happened before, that we could actually see a dancer on stage being filmed live at that moment and being projected on a huge screen behind. So you felt that you as a spectator could be like a voyeur and get very close to her, and as a dancer you have never had that on stage because there's always the orchestra pit in between, and so this intimacy is what makes the piece very special, but also the concept of having the cameraman on stage with her, and then of course showing that it's live because they also go outside. They don't only use the stage, but they also go through the audience and eventually outside. And it, together with the flashback that has been recorded before in the studio, in the story it's when they already met before, you can see the different stages of their lives, but also, so the lives of the dancers, but also the live performance being recorded. Well, this whole rehearsal process here in Vienna has been so different from any other rehearsal periods I've ever had, because most of the rehearsals in the beginning we had to do via Zoom. And I didn't think it was possible, but actually it is. And I even felt like I built a relationship with the people here via Zoom, via the camera. I think I learned also that I can actually explain things also without showing always, which is good because I'm getting older, so my knees are giving out, so I learned that. And if you want to get something across, you actually can. And I think this Corona time is also a time where we benefit in a certain way, like this Zoom, to learn from, you know, what our possibilities are to still communicate and to still keep dancing. Hans is very difficult in giving this piece away to any company because he always needs to be here. He needs to choreograph it in the foyer because each theater is different. And he finds it is an iconic piece and it has to be really on the level, and that's why he's very difficult in giving it away. This is the first time that it's been given to also a dear friend, Martin Schlepfer of Hans van Manens. I think he talked him into it. So it's the first time it's been given out to another company, which is very special. Well, for me, meeting Hans van Manens was very special because as a dancer, he actually made me feel like I could be there, because at the time when I was 17, 18, I was very tall and I wasn't the ideal ballerina type, but he didn't worry about that. He just took me for who I was and what I had to offer. I think Hans van Manens looks for people behind the dancer, and that's also how he does his auditions for his ballets. It's often the moments when people are at the bar waiting for the exercise that he already picks his dancers. And it's because he wants to go straight to the point, no frill. You have to be dynamic, musical, and you have to enjoy your own body, you have to be sensual. And with that comes a certain openness and vulnerability I think he's looking for. He's not looking for victims, because he doesn't like that. He always says, I don't go for romance, I go for adventure. And he has that ability to get the best out of people through his choreography. It leaves room for your own interpretation and your own personality. And for an artist, that is one of the highest goals we can hope for.